condition, any condition, either decision table or decision tree, using the expressions. And just I'm adding some properties like item name, price, quantity, total. See, in for the item name property, there will be some records in the database. So only for the item name property, I will dynamically take the data from the database. Means I will dynamically fetch the data from the database. For example, let's add some item names. And so you can insert some more records. Okay, my requirement is, if I dynamically select any record for the item name property, it should automatically fetch the price. Means if I select, for example, Sony laptop, it should in the price field, it should automatically display the price. Okay, so for that we are setting the condition, and if you are calling that condition using the expressions for the price property, what are the thing I am going to have on my requirement, it can easily fetch the price for that particular property. So we are going to set that price in the decision table. So we are dynamically, first of all, we dynamically fetch the record from the database, and after selecting that record, it will automatically display the price. If we select Sony, means it will display the price automatically. If we select HP, it will display the and whenever we enter the quantity of that, for example, if we need quantity as 2, means it should automatically display the total. So means what is the, it should calculate the price into quantity, and it should display the total of the product. If we select the quantity, it should automatically get the price. Okay, this is my requirement. We will execute this thing, and in the bottom it should calculate the total number of items. Means here it should calculate the total number of items purchased. So how many, so what is the total quantity, and then also it should give the grand total of all the items. So it should give the grand total of all these items. Okay, in order to do this, so what is the process means? So first of all, we will create one data table in the database with these properties, and for item name, I will manually insert the records. You can do using the activity. I'm going to manually insert the records for item name property. So for example, some 4 or 5 records I will insert, and later in the next step I will create an embedded property and I will fetch, so it will inherit all the property names in the property name whenever I create an embedded property. Then I'll create a section and use those properties in the user interface. Here I will use repeating row layout according to my requirement. Then create a fly action. So before that, in the section we have to configure this thing. For the item name, for fetching all the records dynamically for item name property, we should configure the item name. So means, so already we have done that thing in the previous sessions also, how to dynamically fetch multiple records. So for single property, same thing we will do for item name also, so fetching multiple records. So whatever the steps we have followed in the previous classes, the same thing we have to do here. Later we have to create activity, and we have to call that activity for the item name property. So in the section properties, item name properties, so configure control, there we will call the activity name. After this we will create a fly action, and then so my another requirement is setting the price. So whenever we select any item name, it should display the price. So for that I will write one condition. So in the decision table, for the item name property, so this is the price for this record, so this is the price for this record. So we are going to create a table, and once the table is saved, we will create expressions. So in this category we have to define expression for price, total. We will create another property like number of items and grand total. So for all these properties we need to create a expressions. Okay, after completing that we can add the fly action in the flow diagram. Okay, this is the requirement, we will do that one. Now first thing, add one data table. So we are using combining all these things, so decision rules, activities, so everything we are combining, and is simple task we are doing. So I'm giving the class name like this. Enter the property names. Then, so after generating the table, we will embed these properties, and two more properties are there, right? one property like number of items. You can set as double, no problem. Okay, here we have to, I'm manually creating another property called total quantity or number of items, and one more property I'll create manually grand total also, so directly under the class. And these properties we are going to embed from the data table. new system, so I need to restart the server. So then I will guide you, do it in your system, everyone can see. Actually I need to restart the server, it will take some time. Okay, open your you can start from your system, I will guide you in that, so step by step. You can share the screen. Just I want from your system I will guide you, you have to do all those steps. Yeah, you can mute a microphone, I will tell you, mute your microphone. Okay, click on Pega logo first of all, so close all the other windows. Okay, data model, data tables. Add a new data table. Okay, enter any name, class name, item 1. Description, some table name, table 1, table 2, table 3. Data hyphen derives from. Enter the field names, item name. Okay, in the label also give the same thing. Okay, text only. Add a row. Price. Next, quantity. Next, total. Then generate, click on generate, it's enough. Delete that row. Close. Okay, manually give some input for the item names property. Table 1 is the table name. Yeah, open that one. Only for the item name property, give some input. Click on add arrow. Give some any records you can, like Sony laptop. no need of that price, only for item names. Okay, save, close and refresh. It will once close this table, refresh and open again in personal edition. Yeah, open. Click on add arrow. Some more records, HP, Dell. You can add anything. Just click on save option. Enough. Close. Now create one property. Okay, give property name like item list or anything, item details or item list. Okay, click on create option, not quick create option. Here property mode, value list, sorry, page list. Enter the data table class name, item details in the drop down. Item details. Save the class, save the property. Okay. Now manually add two more properties. One is grand total, okay, you can use quick create. Select the integer as a data type. Save the property. Another property, total quantity or number of items, anything. Give quantity already is there, total quantity, give total quantity. Now create a section. Section. Any name. Create. Okay, take the layout type as repeating row layout. Repeating row. select the type in the repeating drop down. Row. Okay, so how we can add the properties? So first of all, specify the list name in the layout properties. If you want to add the embedded list of properties, we need to specify the list name. Means go to layout properties. If you click outside the layout, you will get a properties option, right? List or group is unspecified. Click on that magnifier glass icon, the glass symbol, yeah, that one. Under the list or group option in the drop down, your list name, select the list name, and you can close this thing. Now, so list name is added in the first row, sorry, in the first column, second row. There we have to drag the property. First of all, add item name. So first of all, expand the list, add item name. Now in the second column, second row, in the second column, second row, next to that, beside that item name, no delete, don't delete, just next row is there, right? Click on that next row. Yeah, there, yeah, there. Add price. Now insert column after. So in the top. No, select on the price field. First of all, select on the price field. Yeah, there. Now click on insert column after in the top. Yeah, 2 times you can do that thing. Yeah, you know. Now add quantity. Yes. Next, total. Okay. Now take a smart layout with double template, or you can also use freeform also. Okay, take a smart layout with the double template. Okay, click on OK. Anything. Okay, in the first row, in the first field, add the number of items. So total quantity field, total quantity. No, before that, field option is there, right? There you can drag. Yeah, there you can drag the total quantity property. And in the same row, second row is there, right? Yeah, in the field property, not in the second row, same column. In the same column, no, the total quantity column is there, right? Okay, next go to the next field. No, in the smart layout only, in the same row, what are the total quantity you have added. In that same row, another field is there, right? There you can drag total, grand total property. No, in the top row itself, in the first row itself. First row, beside there is one another column is there, right? Beside the total quantity. Right side, go to the right, in the same row, go to the right. Yeah, next to the field option. Yeah, there you have to drag grand total property. Okay, now go to the item name field properties. Item name field properties. Yes. Now go to in the control drop down, select dynamic select. Under the control down arrow, type 3 letters DYNA. It will display. Click on down arrow. Now first of all click on down arrow and then type the letters. First click on down arrow. There cell in the control only. First of all click. Okay. Yeah. Now go to that control properties, configure control. Yeah, that one only. So already we have done this thing. The same thing again we are doing. So method for generating dynamic select by using activity. Method for generating dynamic select, the option is activity. In the top, yeah, first of all select the activity, then under the activity information applies to your class structure name, for example UHGFN application. Next enter any name here in the activity name. Okay, class of return results, your data table class name, item details. Then in the common dynamic select information, so under the select ID just enter ID. Next caption, select item name, type select item name. You can give spaces also. Next property for option display, item name. In the down arrow it will display the property names. Item value also, property for option value also, item name. Uncheck that option, enable caching. Now click on OK option. Next close that cell properties. Now save the section. Okay, now create a fly action. Drag and drop. Save the fly action. Now we have to create one activity. You have given a activity name like item list, I think, with that same name. Okay, click on create. Go to pages and classes. So you can give any name for this page name. Item page. So class name, we are fetching the record from data table class. Enter the data table class name. Item details. Go to step. Under the step page, enter the user page name. Next method, obj browse. Expand. Same page name, item page. Obj class, data table class name. Next, go to the field option. There select the property name, click on dot option. No need to enter the page, directly click on dot option, down arrow, enter item name, then add another row. No, another step, not row, another step. There in the top, bottom, plus symbol, left to that show calls. Plus. Okay, enter the page name, same page name. Under the step page option, enter the item page. No need here. Next column, go to the next column. Enter the step page here. No need of dot, just manually you can enter or click on down arrow. Here no need to click on dot option, directly click on down arrow, item page. Item page. Next, method name is show page. Okay, go to security tab. Here select May Start option, uncheck authenticate option. Type will be activity type will be activity only. We are calling this using the section actually. Select May Start option. Okay, type will be activity only. So whenever we are calling in the section, type will be activity only. Just save the activity. And now we have to create a condition, right? See, this condition where we have to define means, see, actually once go to the table, once open the data table. So the first tab in the home page, first tab is there, right? See, the thing is here the records for the item name property are there in the data table, right? So whenever we so go open that records once. actually the records for the item name property are only in the data table, so they are not in the UHJFN application class. So under UHJFN application we have only property names, we don't have the records under the UHJFN application class. So but in which class these records are available means item details, so which is our data table class. So at the time of adding this decision table, so if we define the decision table under the UHJFN application class means the condition will not be applied for these properties. So what happens is we need to define the decision table under item details table class. Okay, close this thing. So there is our class name is there at item details class. So we can also go to that item details class and we can define the condition. Okay, once go to the left pane under UHJFN application class is there, right? Once click on refresh, before that once click on refresh, see then click on the down arrow of that UHJFN application. So then you will get the data table class name called item details. Open that. So now we will define the decision table under this item details class. Okay, right click on class. You understand that if we define directly under the UHJFN application, the records will not be there in that particular class. Actually our records are under the item details class. So wherever the records are there, in that particular class only we need to define the condition. So here in this case we have to define under item details class. Okay, click on new, decision table, in the purpose give any name, price chart or price lookup. Click on create option. We are statically defining the prices here. Go to results tab, give some 5 to 6 results under allowed results. Okay, give some 25,000, 30,000, 35, 40, 45, 0. For one record give 0 also. Okay, go to the table option. First of all in the conditions column select the property name, item name. Click on that column, dot option, click on the dot option. And this that one only. Select the property name in the drop down, item name. Now click on save option. Next, manually type the records here. Under the if condition you have to manually type the record. Check whether you are getting in the down arrow. I think you cannot get it. Okay, now you have to manually type. So check the database and you have to give the same name according to the database. What are the records you have here? Give the same name. Okay, Apple laptop, Dell laptop, HP laptop and Sony laptop. add a row in the top, not first one, the before that one, not column. Delete that one, select that one and delete the thread button. Click on the thread button. Okay, click on insert row after, in the left side click on insert row. You can add one more. Okay, fine. HP, Sony. Under the return, you can set some prices for each and every record. Otherwise set as 0. Okay, otherwise you can leave it blank, no problem. Okay, save the condition. You can leave blank also, no problem. No, it will not be removed. Okay, save the condition. So only you will define the condition under this class. Again we will go back to the, so click on refresh option in the left pane. In the left pane, yeah, it will go back to the previous class. Now at the time of adding these expressions, now go to your properties and we will need to define the expressions for properties. So first of all, go to the price property. Under item list, we have to set this condition. What is the condition we have defined? We have to call for the price property. Go to right click on price, define expression, click on create option, so what is the function we have to select? So set price is equal to, so not value of, so check some other functions are there. So results of decision table, results of decision table, select the function. Okay, now in the second column, in the down arrow, you will get that rule name, the decision table rule name. Check that name. That is the name. Price lookup is the name we have created. Okay, so automatically for the price property the condition will be set. Whenever we select that record, automatically it will display the price. So whatever the, according to the condition, what is the price setting that for that rule, it will automatically assign to that particular record. Okay, price will be assigned to that record. Okay, now save the expression, save that expression. Okay, same way we have to define for total, because based on the price and quantity it will calculate the total there. Based on price and quantity it will calculate the total. Define expression, create, set total is equal to value of only expression. So what is that? So price into quantity. So total, how we can calculate the total according to, so quantities and the price. So you can give price into quantity. You can first of all click on down arrow or click on dot option. There click on dot option. Okay, select price, manually type the star mark. Next click on dot option, quantity. save the property. And next refresh all these things, and again we need to set some expression for total quantity and grand total also. Total quantity and grand total. Okay, so first of all, okay, total quantity is there in the last. Right click, define expression, because it will automatically calculate the number of items purchased. Here in this case the function will be sum of we have to take, so we are only calculating the sum of single property. Here the function will be sum of. Then first of all click on dot option. See, actually our properties are under the list, right? We have our properties are under the item list. First of all select item list, then click on dot option. No need to give any array, no need to any index. So after that braces, click on dot option. What is the property name? Quantity. Select the quantity, save the expression. It will automatically calculate the total quantity of the items. Then grand total also, define expression for grand total. It will automatically calculate the total of all the items, and it will give the grand total. Here also take the function as sum of item list dot then total. Save the expression. And then okay, so expression is also completed. And now okay, refresh all these things. Once go to the section, user interface section, we need to set some behavior actually for these properties. Okay, first of all go to item name property, field properties, item name field properties. So we have to set the behavior for item name and quantity. So whenever we change the item name, the next column, not that one. So the field properties actually. So another row, come down. No, in the item name only. So where you have set the control and all. So previously, that row. Go to the properties. Behavior is the right. Click on behavior properties. Under the event option, click on change. Action, refresh this section. So whenever we change the item name, it will automatically refresh the price. So for that we are setting this behavior. Okay, then click on save option. And same thing we have to do for quantity also. Properties, behavior properties, on change, action, refresh this section, save, close, save the section. create a flow. Okay, everything is done, so everything is configured. So open any flow or create a new flow. You can also open any existing flow. But not a subflow, take a main flow. Okay, instead of that subflow, subprocess, add the assignment shape. Next, end shape directly. Only assignment shape. After that, end shape. Give the end shape. Just give the connectors and call the flow action name. Okay, click on OK. Just save and execute the flow. The videos as one of the student is having some problem from the Dropbox. So are you able to download these recordings which I am sending? Oh, it is fine, right? No problem, right? Okay, good. Because one of the student is saying that he's having some problems downloading them. Okay. Sorry. maybe I think those are deleted actually. So these current last 2 to 3 days, 3 to 4 days, is it fine, right? Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay, see, again I will be available on Monday actually, so I'm going some out of station, which I need to attend some function or something, so I will be available on Monday again. Okay, so meanwhile you can practice anything previous sessions or some documents which is shared. And one more thing is, in the Pega software itself you will find some developer help, like document will be there. Once again, some, if you want to go get some advanced more information about this, what are the till now what are the roles we have covered. So once go to the developer help, so these things will be used for the interviews actually. So go to developer help. So here it contains very detailed information about what are the things. So any topic in this Pega, so you can go to this content and you can search for example, if I type user interface, it will give the overall information regarding that. So you can see, whenever you have time, you can refer all the contents which are available in this. Okay, so till now what are the rules we have covered, so just to get an overview of the rules, so which is used for interview purposes. Okay, so in these 3 days if you have time, just refer this thing, so developer help, which is very useful for your interviews and everything. Okay, some in-depth knowledge you will get about this, so what are the things, everything, so detailed concept. So even when we compare to the just documents which I sent, so Pega doesn't have any other notes or anything. So something, I think Dani asked something you wanted, so which is the best for, which is used for certifications and also for interview questions also. So this is the best material we got. So just refer this whenever you have time and free time, you can refer these things. Okay, maybe next session will be on Monday actually, so tomorrow I can't take, so it will be today night I'm going out of station. So okay, just refer these things. So I will share this recording to all. Yeah, Monday 7 o'clock.